Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Dallas Cowboys. The ball on the tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Jones looking to throw right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Jalen Hyatt, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. You look at this Cowboy defense. And they're a tough unit to throw against. Currently fourth toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Now Jones. The short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. You look at this Cowboy defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
2nd and 9. It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 9. Prescott to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw complete here to Waller. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally is a sure-handed target.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that there he goes, right side. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And it'll work forward for about 4 as they get him down at the 29-yard line.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Jones. Quick slam into the hands of Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A first down carry for Barkley. Past the 20. Flop. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 50 yards. And the Giants have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Kevontae Turpin now to return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Going to run again here with Pollard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Prescott. Dancing to his left. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off. and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On third down, it's Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big gain of 31 on third down. Here's Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Okereke running in and bringing him down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
We're going to 54 wide.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to hit his target well. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. The tight end in motion right. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for, and taken successfully.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
On the move to his left. And this one too low.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now Jones, throwing on 3rd and long. Jones hit, and the ball's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle, a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose.
Kill. We're going to 53.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Rolling to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense?
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
47.
Now Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys continue to pull away here in this first half. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind, going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Vaughn is in. Touchdown, Dallas. Now the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Giants 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Half 18, half 18.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Campbell making the catch. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Now Jones wants to change it up.
And it's third down.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run.
106 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. 1 second, all that remains. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Here we go.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A final shot before half for Lance.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Ready.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Ready.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
5 blue.
Throwing now is Lance. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And got his man complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. C.D. Lamb, 92 yards. And the Cowboys are pouring it on. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone. You think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Jones to throw on 2nd down.
A short throw pulled in by Bellinger.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Vaughn on 1st and 10. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 9.
560.
Again, a run with Vaughn. And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants' 38. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
97. Ready.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
White. Yellow.
Gallup goes in motion.
Ready.
On 3rd down, it's Vaughn. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They begin with a run by Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 10-yard line.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Third and 8. Off play action. Jones. And that is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Come on, set. Ready?
Running behind center with Vaughn.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. On the ground with Vaughn. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Deuce Vaughn with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jones now on 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back to the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The Giants on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Giants first down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th.
Go River! Go River!
A give to Barkley out of the gun.
He'll take this to the 46.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Throwing Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Jones on 3rd down. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back.
On the double.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I
We
enjoy our time at the table. Some of the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
60 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, you've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have him first.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys,
Keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Big play from a big man. Kayvon Thibodeau off the edge and dropping him behind the line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Ready.
Now the pitch comes to Vaughn. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. On 3rd and long, it's Lance. And this is going to be incomplete. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us?
And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Cowboy defense has a touchdown. An impressive performance just became a little bit more impressive here as they add yet another score to the ledger late in the fourth quarter.
And not much has stopped them at any point in this game, partner. This is just an old-fashioned blowout right here. They probably could put the brakes on themselves, but they elected not to and played this one all the way out.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Jones.
He connects with Hyatt.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.